Welcome to part 5 of this 11 part series on the GTM Canvas Bootcamp. If you haven't watched the previous videos, I am giving a tutorial on how I conduct GTM workshops. The goal with this canvas is to help you bring structure to your brand or product category launches. I've built this workbook over the last many years of having been a startup founder, operator, advisor, mentor, etc. At my core, I am an extremely organized and structured person. I thrive in that. And GTM is not simple. I at no point intend for this workshop or this boot camp to be easy. In fact, when I do this with my clients, it's at least a 2 day process. We spend a lot of deep work time. So I hope you give this. So I hope you give yourself that kind of time and space and energy into this. We are done with the more difficult parts of the workshop. Now, this should be far quicker, except for one of the steps which will need you to put your research and thinking hats. But overall, let's start discussing step 3, which is defining your ECP. Now, your ECP is an early adopter profile. There's a reason why I'm not talking about the ideal customer profile. Your ideal customer profile is what you scale once you've hit PMF. But to get to that, you have to test out multiple profiles that are potentially the right fit for you. The ECP is willing to take risks on new products. They may not need as much of social proof or testimonial to convince themselves. These early adopters are also great for giving you critical feedback for validation and improvement. In fact, in the health and wellness and longevity space, biohackers work great as early adopters to get you a sense of whether this product will work or not. Are they great to scale with for late majority and laggard stages where you're looking at hypergrowth? No, because by then they have already moved on to the next big thing. So you have to find people who are always excited about the next big thing, who are always excited about being at the edge of innovation, who always want to try the new things, who always want to be the ones giving feedback on whether something works or not, rather than the ones who are waiting for, oh, is everyone okay with this? Do we have enough feedback? Do we have enough testimonials for me to be convinced? That is your ICP. Before we get there, we will go to your ECP, right? Now, what you have to do in this is go back to your stakeholder analysis, which is step 1. And for step 1, identify the kind of categorizations and stakeholders you found out that you believe so far fit your ECP status. Ideally, 3 or 4 is great to start with, to start testing with. I've given you certain examples in part 1, in part 3. I've given you some examples of how to do that testing in part 3 of this workbook. And I want you to use that. Now, what you'll fill in here is obviously the age, year of city, income bracket, profession, the basic details. What happens and where people get confused is they will fill an age, a disposable income bracket, and believe that that's their audience. It doesn't work like that. Now, a 26-year-old who's in a tier 2 city and is married, potentially has kids, and earns 2 lakh rupees a month will have a very different disposable income breakdown than a 26-year-old who is from Kanpur but lives in Mumbai and has no other responsibilities except for looking after themselves, doesn't have kids, doesn't have a partner, doesn't have to look after home. Maybe they're camping with their friends, maybe they're renting out with their friends in Mumbai, and they have a very different lifestyle. And the disposable income they have is also very different versus a 40-year-old in Mumbai who's maybe in the creative space, earns 5 lakh rupees a month, lives in their own house, doesn't have a partner, but has to spend money on their caretaking, versus a 40-year-old in Delhi who maybe has a partner, maybe has 2 kids who are almost about to hit college going ages, and there are a lot of responsibilities on them. Maybe they have a loan on their head because of the business they're running, or they have a car loan or a home loan. you have to, not just identify the age, tier of city, income bracket, all of that, but what I really want you to do is go deep and identify who they are as a person. What is the reality of their life? It's not going to be the same, really. So those are also important things. Don't let just be a quantitative feedback of who your ECP is. Go deep into, the quality of their lives, how they're leading, what are their blockers, where are they spending most of their time. And those are going to be important things for you as you build this out. Okay. Apps most consumed, and how it should give you a sense of where they're spending a lot of their time. Something very interesting is that as we are like in the day and age that we're in today, the people with the top disposable income and the opportunity to spend the most are not purchasing from Instagram posts. They are, in fact, purchasing from Instagram stories because they are more bingeable, they're faster, they can be watched during breaks. These are also potentially people who are not liking and saving and commenting on your posts. But instead, these are people who are clicking on your link in the story, going to the product page and shopping and being done with it because that's how quick the process is for them. Right. So you want to be very mindful of not just the apps that they consumed and how much, but how those apps are being consumed, really. Right. You should have identified their goals and jobs to be done. We want to consider how they've potentially discover your product or your alternative. So I do want you to put in some thought on how do they discover your competitors, right? Look at the decision making factors. What are the blockers they have? What could stop them from making a certain decision, and put these here. You've already potentially identified your pain points. You've already identified some alternatives that they're using. It'll be great if you also identify some products that are complementary to your product, that or complementary to the personality type of your product that you can relate with. So for example, that sassy thing, which is a sex toys company partnering up with Bummer, which is a underwear brand, because the customer profile that they cater to is the same or overlapping, right? So even though the products are in very different universes, but the complement is so strong, that it works very well for them. So that's what I want you to do here, right? Let me give you an example. Let me show you an example. So let's say you are speaking to office goers. I've removed these details because they're quite identifying details for the work we've done. But the apps that they consume the most potentially are email, LinkedIn, Instagram stories, news apps, convenience apps, wealth building and management apps. The jobs to be done were decided. How do they discover uh, different platforms? What are the decision makers that they're looking at? Let's say someone on IBS, right, where they're really looking for solutions. Social networking apps, but more importantly SEO, YouTube, Reddit, Quora, Chat GPT. So what kind of opportunities or channels they have to deliver our product, to discover our product? What are their decision making factors? Those who are wanting to kickstart their health journey, where do they find us? And you'll see, I've actually let's just go back to the example that we discussed in the previous one. So, we'd obviously looked at office goers, we looked at IBS, skin issues, 27 plus women looking to get married, brides. And these are all great ICPs for the brand. But these are 27 plus women looking to get married, and brides who want to have great skin, be in great shape, who not want to be bloated despite all the functions and everything. They are perfect from an ICP standpoint, but these are just the kind of categories that need a lot more social proof and confidence before they get to believing in the product. So until that's not there, it doesn't make sense for us to target them, which is why in ECP we decided not to target them right now, and we may target them in the next year or build towards targeting them overall over time once we have enough testimonials and feedback, etc. Right. So these are now important things for you to consider as well. Now, when you put this together, you have to go to the ECP category. Which group feels these struggles the hardest and why focus on them first? You should have an answer for your early customer focus at this stage, and that's what I want you to put here. Okay, so we are done with step one, which is stakeholder mining, step two, which is top alternatives, step three, which is defining your ECP, and now we'll go into brand insights, which is actually going to be my favorite section on